Thanks so much for coming along to this webinar here today on how to integrate N-able RMM with your PSA. Just a heads up before we begin that the focus of this is going to be more around the integration between the RMM and MSP Manager, which is the PSA, which is N-able owns. Because you can only do one integration between the RMM and a PSA. You can only, it makes sense only because why would you use more than one PSA? So I'm going to show you the integration today in a demo between the RMM and MSP Manager. But if you've got any other PSAs in the list that I'm going to go through later on which ones can be integrated with the RMM, then I'm sure the functionality is maybe the same. And if you have any problems with integrating with the RMM and your PSA, then I'm happy to work through with you later on how to get the best out of the integration between RMM and that product. And if you also are not using a PSA and you like the look of MSP Manager, then contact me afterwards and we can have a discussion about MSP Manager. We can talk about a trial, we can talk about demos and things like that as well. So yeah, thank you for taking some time out to join me on this webinar. We're not going to take too long today, maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to leave a couple of minutes at the end for questions. If I can answer them, I'll answer them straight away, but if I don't know the answers, then I'll definitely find out for you the answers and come back to you. So let's move along, look at the agenda very quickly. I've done the introductions already. Most of you guys know who I am. We're going to look at which PSAs can be integrated, the benefits of integration, and the RMM and MSP Manager demonstration. So this is me, Rainesh, sales engineer here at Soft Solutions. I've been here for almost a year now. Next month it'll be 1 year. Enjoyed every minute so far of working for Soft Solutions, transitioning from a technical role to a sales role. I'm sure you guys have heard this 1,000 times by now, but yeah, coming up to 1 year, it's been very special and really enjoying talking to you guys about N-able and how it helps you help your customers with their IT needs. So let's take a look at the list of PSAs that can be integrated with the RMM. So you got some of the top ones, Acello, Autotask, and ConnectWise that can be integrated with RMM. You've got the MSP Manager, which is the N-able MSP, which is the N-able PSA that is integrated with RMM. You're going to get the best integration with MSP Manager. It makes sense that they're going to invest with integration between their own products, and I'll show you some of the integration benefits that you get between the RMM and the MSP Manager as well later on. So we've got Net Help Desk, Ranger MSP, Repair Shopper, and Shocky Monkey as well that can be integrated with the N-able RMM. So what are some of the benefits of integration? Once you do the integration between the RMM and your PSA, you can easily bring your devices across. You can create notes and add time straight from the RMM dashboard. And even if you're using MSP Manager, you can do that. And also, if you can also from the MSP Manager remote straight into problem devices using Take Control as well. You can access documents and knowledge easily with the notes that you added from the RMM. You can see them quicker in your PSA as they're transferred across to the MSP Manager. You can gain key insights and see which devices within the RMM are given constant tickets raised against them and decide what decisions need to be made for those devices. And I'll show you that later on in the demonstration as well. So let's jump straight into the demo now. We're going to, give me 1 second while I flick the screens over. Okay. Cool, so you should be able to see my screen now. Just quickly check that. Yep, so you can see my RMM screen here, the RMM that you all know and love. So yeah, this is the main dashboard. If you click on the settings button here at the top, and you hover over PSA integration, so you can only do the integration with one PSA. So it's already been done for us between the RMM and the MSP manager. You can configure it, and you go through. I can't really show you the wizard right now, but you go through a wizard to do this and follow the steps to integrate your RMM with the PSA. And once you've done that, then you'll have different buttons here if you haven't integrated your PSA already, but we already haven't integrated the PSA, so we can configure that integration as well if we like, and do some custom settings here. Like as below, we can, for ticket creation, we can decide which tickets are created within the MSP manager. But you'll see something different. You'll see a wizard. You just have to follow that wizard, and once you go through to completion, it takes about 2 hours for the integration to happen. Depending on how many devices you've got in the RMM, it could take even longer. But yeah, once it happens, then yeah, it's really good to have your devices across in the MSP manager or your PSA, whatever PSA that you're using. How do I know that my device is within the PSA? Well, you can hover over this icon here next to your device, which says PSA integration. If it's got a integrated icon showing, which looks like a little chain, then that's going to be integrated. That's going to be integrated in through to your PSA. So what are some of the integration looks like? Like, what does it look like to have integration between the RMM and the MSP manager? One of the things that I can show you is if you go to settings and go to system tray application. So we all know what that is. It's the small applications in the bottom right hand corner of your screen that you can use to interact with certain things. We've turned it on for this device. That's my computer that I'm demonstrating off right now is within underneath workstations, soft solve test machines. You can see that I've turned it on for this site here. Now, once we go to type, we can do the MSP manager. We can choose a number of menu options that we've chosen MSP manager, and label as submit ticket. So this is going to create a system tray application for the devices within this client site. So if I exit over here and show you down the bottom here, you can see that there is the system tray app here. If I click on it, it's going to show me submit ticket. If I click submit ticket here, then that is going to take me to a page. So say this is your client's machine. If they've got an MSP manager login, which you created for them, then they can log in with their username and password and create a ticket straight from the device, and you're able to pick that up and see that and be able to respond to their tickets as required. So that's one of the cool integrations that you've got between the RMM and the MSP manager. One of the cool features. So yeah, next thing is if you have a device within the RMM and a check fails for that device, and what you can do is, if your technicians are paying more attention to the MSP manager than their RMM dashboard, which they probably are, then you can create a ticket between the RMM and the PS and the RMM and the PSA. So once the check fails, we've got it down here. So say, for example, we're going to use this for an example, the server. A check has failed, performance monitoring check has failed on this device. If I click on this button here, this can take up to 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, just gone a little bit quicker today. So once I click on that, it's going to give me a prompt and show me the outage info for that device. So what I can do is add notes and times straight from this window without opening the MSP manager onto a ticket that's created on through to the MSP manager. So say, for example, the issue was caused by let's see that, say, for example, that the notification appeared, the check failed notification appeared because there was like a power failure, and that caused the server to not respond. on site and caused that issue. So I've added a note saying that there's a power failure at site. If I go through to time here, say for example that the server rack went offline because the cables were unplugged or something. My technician went on site. They plugged all the cables back in. It took them 1 hour to do that. So you can add the time straight from the RMM as well. So you can choose the service plan that you've assigned on MSP Manager straight into this device here. Type in the summary, choose how long it took, and just click save. That's going to save the time straight from the RMM. It's going to pull that data and push it into it's going to push that data straight through to the MSP Manager ticket. Same for the notes as well. If you add a note when you save it, it's going to push that note data to the ticket. And I'll show you where it does that. If you click on View Ticket in MSP Manager here, that's going to show you the ticket open within the MSP Manager. So this is what it looks like. This is what the ticket looks like. You can see that the total time is 2 hours that I've added. I added another time entry before that as well as a test. But you can see that I added the time and a note. Engineer put power cable back in, went on site. Power cable back in on site. Took 1 hour. I put a note saying that there's a power failure at site as soon as I knew what the issue was. And yeah, so that's one of the another integration feature between the RMM and the MSP managers, that you can add time and notes straight from the RMM and push tickets across through to your MSP manager. And lastly, we've got the assets tab here. So you can see the assets that are pulled across from your RMM and through to the MSP manager. All of these, so you can see the same structure has been pulled across as well. So this is what the structure looks like in our RMM. You can see soft solutions, test machines. You can see soft solutions, test machines here as well. I've created a few others as well, RMM training or something like that. And yeah, you can see that all the machines are on here. Once the machines are across onto the MSP manager, we can take some actions as well on it. If you're using the MSP manager, you can leverage the take control feature that's on the that enables remote desktop tool that they use to remote into machines. You can leverage that and take control of a machine straight from the MSP manager. You can also view the asset. So if you click on view asset within the MSP manager, you can see important information about that asset as well, the IP address. You can see the operating system information. This is a Windows 10 Pro machine. See the manufacturer info, hardware information, the RMM features that are turned on for that device. So if we had AV on it, patch management turned on for it, you can see what's turned on for it and things like that as well. All the notes that you want to add to it as well. And one of the really cool things that you can do is if you've got an asset here, say an asset, and you click on the tickets button at the top here, you can see all of the tickets that were created for this one asset over time. So if you've had multiple check failure issues for, say, like a, I don't know, maybe like a disk check keeps failing multiple times across the month, maybe it's time, you can have that conversation with your reseller and tell them maybe it's time you take a look at replacing this computer or this disk on this computer so that you can upgrade it or something like that, because it keeps on failing and it keeps costing you money for us to take a look at it and solving the check. So yeah, it allows you to help your customers make important business decisions as well. You can also edit the asset and also delete the asset as well. But yeah, that's basically in a nutshell the gist of the integration between the RMM and MSP manager. I'm sure most of this you can do with your other PSAs as well, if you do have other PSAs that you're using and are integrated with the RMM. And I'm happy to work with you guys to try and get the best out of the integration with your other PSAs or MSP manager as well. Happy to book a demo for you if you're not using MSP manager and you'd like to trial it. And also happy to take any discussion offline as well. as well. If you want to view MSP Manager a bit more than, or you want to talk about anything else N-able, then happy to have those discussions with you guys as well. So yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. Just gonna change screens again. If you guys have got any questions, you can start popping them into the questions section now. I'll try and attempt to answer as many as I can for you guys. But if there are no questions, then that's basically it. Yeah, don't see any questions. So yeah, thank you so much for attending. If you've got any questions, reach out to me afterwards and I'll be happy to help. But yeah, thank you so much for attending, and yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of the day.